Hello everyone, this is Group 2 from MCD2040. Our group member is MG, Lucifer, Yixuan, and James. We are going to do 2 recommendation contents.
Our first recommendation to solve the lack of scientific management is to establish an operational control center, or also known as OCC, for the process standardization and safety compliances at AusAir. This recommendation outlines a plan to address operational inefficiencies at AusAir. The OCC will centralize the management of day-to-day operations to make sure that all the procedures adhere to safety regulations and is standardized between various different departments. This strategy will cut down on connection and luggage loading turnaround times, resulting in more seamless and effective operation. Now let's move on to see some of the steps that should be carried out by AusAir. In order to be successful, first AusAir needs to form an operational control center that will conduct an in-depth analysis of the existing work processes to identify areas for improvement. Second, they must develop an effective standardized procedure using the Lean Six Sigma methods, which is define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. This will ensure that AusAir's objectives are achieved. The third one is to define the key operational issues to address based on customer feedback and the data they've collected. They have to gather information on the main causes such as poor turnaround time, late loading, and the delayed load connections. The fourth one is that they have to measure performance based on the data that was collected on the key baggage handling metrics. The fifth one is to develop baggage sorting technologies. The sorting technologies will have to separate the items into its destined location, which may include connecting flights or the collection area if Melbourne is the passenger's final destination. And the last one is to continuously monitor the process to ensure the effectiveness of the implemented improvements. Now that we've identified what the tasks are, the people who are responsible for carrying out these steps are experienced professionals from various airlines functions. The Chief Operations Officer will provide overall leadership and supervision in setting up the OCC. The Safety Compliance Officer will develop and enforce safety protocols across all OCC processes. The IT Manager will implement systems for real-time monitoring, data analysis, and efficient information flow. And finally, the Emergency Response Team will collaborate to formulate protocols for effective crisis management.
Regarding the timeline for the completion of this task, we believe that the operational control center should be completed within 6 months from the start of the program to its establishment. In the short term, AusAir should focus more on the basics, such as analyzing the root causes of the company's inefficiencies, such as the lack of relevant scientific guidance for employees. In the midterm, after the in-depth analysis is completed, the standard procedures approved by the board of directors are improved. In the long term, supervision takes center stage, followed by active listening and referencing of employees. The location will be at the airline's main hub in Melbourne, with remote access capabilities for other locations. Most of the tasks that are to be completed will take place at the AusAir headquarters. But there are operational costs like technology and facility setup, as well as data collection and analysis costs. And if AusAir feels they cannot implement the Lean Six Sigma methodology on their own with their current workforce, they will have to hire consultants to complete the DMAIC methodology in order to obtain the data. Then there is a cost of software to operate the data analysis, and there are also human resource costs such as staffing, training, and maintenance. Finally, there will also be delays in the implementation of the technology. The success of the Lean Six Sigma methodology will depend on the accuracy of the data collected during the process. Employee resistance to change and miscommunication of the new standardized procedures will lead to potential problems such as confusion and frustration.
Hello everyone, my name is Yixuan. I will talk about the recommendation 2. First of all, the airline should establish cross-functional team departments and provide professional training and guidance to the employees of the departments. It improves the cooperation between various departments of the company and improves the company's work efficiency and performance. The second point is that the establishment of self-service check-in counters, where customers buy ticket and check online, push flight-related information, reduce waiting time, and ground staff are more focused on more important airline operation tasks. Let us talk about steps that need to be carried out. Establishment of cross-functional teams, clarify divisions of labor, reduce or completely eliminate the check-in desk, and implement self-check-in counters. Managers should concentrate on performance improvement rather than just cost reduction by adapting a more comprehensive approach to operational efficiency. Make sure supervisors delegate work to competent staff members in accordance with their expertise and background. Next one is talking about people who will be in charge of carrying out each task. Technology or its department manager, airport information assistants, senior management, team leaders or managers, and the technical team will also be invoiced as this is relating to the use of modern technology.
I'm going to state the timeline and location of task completion, types of costs, operational costs, and potential problems. The second scientific takes place at Melbourne Airport. We installed the check-in counters that are dedicated towards OTA Air. It is divided into 2 periods. The first one is 1 to 3 months, called short term. They decide the structure of cross-function team with the collab of HR, and divided the roles and the responsibility among each department, and make sure that everyone knows what they are doing. And the second is 3 to 6 months, which is the creation of the check-in desk and set up according to the airline's operational network called midterm. In the next part, the types of costs are divided into human resources costs and operational costs. Human resources cost is the cross-function team that needs to be established will require a lot of restructuring. And operational costs are basically technological costs, software and IT support, which invest in self-checking counters and developing mobile apps for technical and actual software license costs, or ongoing IT support needs for the self-checking system for the second one. An example is more costs on hiring and maintaining an IT support department. In this section, potential problem is divided into 3 sections. The first one is employee resistant to change. The second is creating effective collaboration and communication with newly formed cross-functional teams. It takes time and effort, and it cannot be achieved in the short run. And then the last one is the union to address concerns and contributions for employees from all departments is important. The limited number of employees available in OTA is also a concern. And as you can see, this is all the reference lists from our group, and this is the PP template reference from our group. And thank you for listening.